The Plaster House started as a big piece of paper on the wall above my desk. It started with an idea that we needed a place to look after kids after they had surgery, a place that was clean, a place that they'd get a healthy diet, and a place that was close by to the hospital. I put 9 borrowed hospital beds in a local guest house. Old, broken hospital beds. And my idea was that we'd be looking after 12 to 15 kids at a time. By the end of 3 months, we had 40 kids in our 9 beds, even though when I look back at it now, it seems totally impossible that we managed to do something like that. But we did. And we kept up to 100 kids in that space at a time. We looked after them. We had our house mothers there. And sometimes their own mothers would stay with them if they were still breastfeeding or if the child was very sick. But otherwise it was just the kids there. They were happy, they were clean, and if there were any kinds of problems that needed to be attended to, we could race them back to the hospital and they could be seen really quickly. In 2012, we were given a beautiful piece of land up on the outskirts of Arusha to build a new purpose-built, nicely designed plaster house. We now have 48 beds in our plaster house, and it's December now, and for the last 6 months we've had over 100 kids in those 48 beds. One of my main feelings, or one of the main constructs of the plaster house, is that we never turn a child around. If they come to our front door, they stay with us. And sometimes that will mean that they'll need to wait 6 or 8 weeks before they have any kind of surgery. But for a lot of parents, it's such a huge thing to get the money together, to feel that it's the right time to bring their child in for surgery. And you get one bite at the apple. If the child's there, you need to provide the service for them then. We overfill our beds. We put mattresses on the floor. We've even had times where we've had safari tents in the grass in the middle of the plaster house. But we treat as many children as we can. Our goal is to treat kids with disabilities. What I find the most rewarding about what we do here is that the children come in. It's painful for them to walk. They look different. They're often shunned in their own community. They come to us. They have surgery. They often have their first opportunity for any kind of formal education in our classroom, and this is all life-changing. They go home, back to their communities, totally different children. The look on the parents' faces when they come to pick their children up, it's just mind-blowing. They are seriously shocked in the change that they see in their child. Firstly, physically, but secondly, in what their child has become in the time at the plaster house. The parent has invested in them, they've believed in their future, the child has had surgery, they've been corrected, they've had a little bit of education, they're just totally different children. So they'll go out and they'll be stronger members of the community because of it. They'll be stronger people because of their time in the plaster house.